Okay, guys, we're doing an overview, the reading and writing section of the City and Guilds exam. Now let's first look at stage one. Now there are three areas that we have to consider: comprehension, grammar and vocabulary, and the writing. For the comprehension section, you need to be able to respond to questions that ask what, which, how, where, when, and why. Giving examples, reasons, phrases, subheading, state main purpose, definition, naming things, describing images, captions, layout features, knowing the difference in structure for a web page, title, emails, report. Now, under the grammar and vocabulary section, you need to understand how to alphabetize, complete sentences with words given, use punctuations, and engage in correcting and identifying spelling errors. Now, as you move into the writing section, you're expected to use 75 to 100 words. And before this, you might be asked to complete a form, or you might be given the choice of engaging in writing in an wholesome way, expository or article pieces. Let's go into stage two. For stage two, considering comprehension again and grammar and vocabulary and writing, once again, when it comes to the comprehension, you should be able to respond to what writers think, questions asking about which, why, what, who, when, where, and how, giving main points, information, examples, reasons, adjectives, nouns, organizational features, punctuation use, and opinions. You must be able to explain how a particular layout feature is, how and why it is used. For example, why do we use numbering, images, subheadings, bulletins, bullets, language, and as is presented across the three documents given. Now, you are also expected to understand main points, selecting them and selecting word synonyms and writer's purpose. You need also to understand how to write meanings for given words and to also give text features used. You should be able to label images, knowing the differences in structures for a website, web page, blog, online media, social network platforms or post, advertisements, program, review, report, types of expository piece, traveling guides, letters, posters, and leaflet. Now, as you move into the grammar and vocabulary section, you must be able to list and correct spelling errors, identify and correct grammatical options given, and insert punctuation marks where necessary. Now, for the writing section at the stage 2 level, you're expected to use 200 to 300 words. Now, you might be given the opportunity to write a blog article or a letter. And so far, we have seen opportunities for you to write either a job or editorial letter. Let's move quickly into the stage 3 section of the paper. Now, as you move into stage 3 section, again, we are seeing utilization of comprehension, grammar and vocabulary, and the writing. Now, as you again look at the comprehension, you are again asked to respond to questions that will ask for you to identify what, which, how, where, when, and why. You're asked to give synonyms for specific words. This is where you get to exercise your dictionary skills. You also have to give examples, reasons, and phrases in specific contexts given. You are expected to state main purpose, organizational features, layout features. You're asked to summarize or give main points, and you're asked to describe images, timeline, captions, layout features, diagrams, documents as given in relation to the comprehension. Remember, there are three of them, so you have to look at the content and the format and be able to respond accordingly. Then you have to give the textual tone of these documents wherever asked. Now, as you capitalize on the information here, try to know too the difference in structure when it comes to having a verbal interview, an article, a story, a letter of complaint, a job letter, or an editorial. Now, as you move into the grammar and vocabulary section, again, you might be asked to alphabetize, you might be asked to select errors in spelling, punctuation, and grammar, and then to rewrite or correct the passage without these spelling, punctuation, and grammatical errors. Now, as you write your 300 to 400 words, you can be asked to write an article, a story, or a letter. And remember, the letters have been varied so far. Over the years, we have seen letter of complaint, a letter of job letter, or what we call an application, and an editorial. Here are some helpful tips. Respond to the questions clearly and as specifically as asked to. Be guided by the instructions given so as to follow what is being asked clearly. So if it's circle, underline, tick, list, explain, describe, and write, etc., focus on making sure that you do as instructed. In the writing section, make sure to follow the information on this section. You must explain, because this is the way you format using the information here will give you an opportunity to maximize your scores. Now pay attention to what you are given the marks for. For example, for section 1, you're given marks for the plan, the content, a clear and organized piece of text, the length at least 75 words, using paragraphs, ensuring that your information is spelling, punctuation, and grammar free. At the stage 2 level, you're given marks for the plan, the content, writing in a logical order, making sure that information you write is easily read, and at least having 200 words. You're given marks for the layout of the document, including your paragraphs. Again, you're asked to focus on ensuring that there are no spelling, punctuation, and grammatical errors, and the language is used accurately. At the stage 2 level, you're given marks for the plan, the content, writing in logical order, how easily it is read, ensuring that whatever it is that you have written is 300 words, and the layout of the document, including the paragraphs, and ensure that you have no spelling, punctuation, and grammatical errors, and the language is used accurately. You've got this, guys. All the best for your exams.